and welcome to the IPSC Connect. I have with me a very special guest, Mr. Moataz Naem. He is the Head of Strategic Sourcing Contracts Management, MENA, for Bel. Over 20 years of experience. Thank you so much, Mr. Moataz, for joining us. A couple of questions. How do you mitigate risk in strategic sourcing across direct and indirect categories?
Okay, so first of all, I thank Blue Ocean Corporation for giving me this chance to be part of this event. And coming to your question, mitigating risk across the whole value chain of our direct and indirect material is something captured at the start of our need assessment. So starting having the brief of what we need to source, we include the sustainable requirements in these needs and we challenge it. So before we start sourcing and searching for suppliers, we identify what is a sustainable risk and I put it in consideration while selection. And then moving further for the next step, while you define your supplier, you start to put in the contract all your sustainable requirements and you put them clearly one by one. And it's very normal that the suppliers are not ready at the moment having to answer everything. True. But the good thing is that just you get his commitment that he is going to improve. Right. So we can start at this point, but we are going to improve. Later on, you have to measure, once you agree on the principles and you sign your contract, you have to put KPIs and follow up on them. Right. So we have integrated our internal KPIs at our supplier sites. So we follow up on environmental KPIs like CO2 emission, water treatments, human rights, child labor, all these aspects. So it has been captured at the beginning at the selection, going through contracting, and it's stated clearly in the contract, and it's in the follow-up process while operations. So this is how we can, integrate our CSR topics at our supplier side.
Right. So I think very well. And if I add to this one, so does technology, AI plays a part in this process of, sourcing and the contracts management?
Absolutely. It's playing now a big role. It's really, now it's like, reducing the time of search, reducing the time of, like administration part doing by my team.
Right.
So now, even at the start, you can identify where is the CSR risk in terms of category and region as well. So which region is high risk in this category and which supplier lie in this in this region. So it's helping accelerating the things and giving you instant information about this type of risks.
Right. So, and if I ask you about the sustainability, so do you have like in-house capability in order to measure all the initiatives on sustainability or carbon footprinting?
Absolutely. So when it comes to suppliers, I can tell you that we have measured all our packaging and raw materials in terms of sustainability. For example, we reached now at our company that all our packaging materials are coming from deforested resources. Okay, so all our packaging material are FSC certified, which means it's coming from sustainable source. True. All our packaging material are environment friendly or all are degradable. So no plastics which is not, environmental friendly. So, for example, PVC are banned in our company.
Okay.
So, and also like palm oil, we are sure that it's coming from also a good practice and agriculture treatment. So there is no deforestation activities in there one. So we control our CSR sustainability KPIs with the suppliers and we measure it by delivery for sure. This is acceptable, this is not acceptable. And when it comes to our internal premises, of course, we have measures for our CO2 emission, for our water treatment. We have, of course, our measure for that, including also human rights like labors, trainings, and all this stuff, ending by the business practices like, anti-corruption, conflict of interest. So we are really looking over all the risks of the sustainability.
Excellent. And about the workforce development. So what are the initiatives that you take in order to uplift the skills of the procurement and sourcing, workforce at Bel? What are your initiatives? Do you have any center of excellence, or let's say, are you doing extensively towards developing the skill set of the people who are working into procurement, sourcing, or contracts?
I can give you a very recent example. I just landed last Saturday coming from Paris from an extensive program only for sustainability for all procurement people. And this sustainability procurement program is applied to all the group procurement team. And it's on waves according to the countries and so on. So all of us are exposed to such trainings where we learn about how to integrate sustainability in all our procurement activities.
Fantastic.
So you can say it's really a focused and intense program that I'm coming back from it, know exactly what I should do.
Excellent, and a very good initiative, and I think this is required as well. What advice that you will give to the people who are very, let's say, new to this domain in terms of procurement and sourcing? As a leader, what advice you will give?
Okay, so I can tell you that we can control really our internal practices when it comes to sustainability. But when it comes to tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers, my advice here is to any procurement person is to have a deep look on it, because it really can hit the repetition directly.
Right.
And repetition is hard to build, easy to lose. So if we just close an eye on our suppliers' practices, it can come in a second with a scandal, and we have many examples of that in a big company. So we have to be cautious of that.
True. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, and it's lovely talking to you.
My pleasure. Thank you.